Have you ever noticed that certain drinks seem to send you running to the bathroom, while others don't seem to bother you at all? Or maybe you've started wondering whether the foods you eat every day could be affecting your bladder without you even realizing it. Many men over 60 focus on their heart, their blood sugar, or even their prostate, but very few stop to think about something they rely on every single day, their bladder. The truth is, while no food can cure bladder problems, researchers continue studying how nutrition may help support normal bladder function and overall urinary health as part of a healthy lifestyle. Today, we'll look at 8 foods that may naturally support bladder health after 60, and one of them is probably already sitting in your kitchen. Hello, I'm Dr. Natalie, and welcome to Men's Health Today. Here, we share evidence-based health information created specifically for men over 50, helping you make informed decisions that support healthy aging and long-term wellness. If that's something you're interested in, consider subscribing so you don't miss future videos. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It should not be considered medical advice, and it is not a substitute for professional diagnosis or treatment. Bladder symptoms can have many different causes, and no single food can prevent, treat, or cure bladder conditions. If you're experiencing persistent urinary symptoms or have concerns about your bladder health, please consult your physician or another qualified healthcare professional. Now, let's begin. Meet Robert. Robert is 69 years old. He always considered himself to be in good health. He enjoyed gardening, walking every morning, and spending weekends with his grandchildren. But over the past year, he noticed his bladder becoming more unpredictable. Some days felt perfectly normal. Other days, he found himself making several unexpected trips to the bathroom. He couldn't quite figure out why. At first, he blamed getting older. Then he blamed drinking too much coffee. Eventually, he began paying closer attention. He noticed that on days when he ate certain meals, his bladder seemed more comfortable. On other days, it felt more sensitive. Curious, Robert mentioned this during a routine visit with his healthcare provider. What he learned surprised him. His doctor explained that while food isn't a treatment for bladder conditions, researchers have been studying how certain dietary patterns may influence bladder comfort and overall urinary health. That conversation encouraged Robert to look at his everyday eating habits a little differently. Robert's experience is something many men can relate to. While every person's bladder is different, researchers continue exploring how nutrition may play a role in supporting healthy bladder function as we age. Let's begin with the first food. Food 1, blueberries. Blueberries may be small, but they're packed with nutrients that have attracted a great deal of scientific interest. They're naturally rich in antioxidants called anthocyanins, the compounds responsible for their deep blue color. Researchers have studied these antioxidants because they may help protect cells from oxidative stress, a natural process that increases with aging. While blueberries are not a treatment for bladder conditions, they can be part of an overall dietary pattern that supports general health, including the tissues that make up the urinary system. They're also high in vitamin C, fiber, and other beneficial plant compounds, making them an easy addition to breakfast, yogurt, or oatmeal. Do blueberries directly improve bladder function? Current research does not show that blueberries treat bladder problems. However, they are considered a nutrient-dense food and can contribute to an overall healthy eating pattern, which is one reason researchers continue studying their role in healthy aging. One thing healthcare professionals often emphasize is that bladder health rarely depends on one single food. Instead, it's usually the result of long-term lifestyle habits, including hydration, physical activity, overall diet quality, and management of underlying health conditions. That's why researchers often study dietary patterns rather than looking for one miracle food. But here's something many people don't expect. The next food isn't a fruit at all. In fact, it's one of the most common vegetables found on dinner tables around the world, and researchers have become increasingly interested in how it may support healthy aging, including the urinary system. Let's look at food number 2. Food feed 2 leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and other leafy greens are among the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. They're naturally rich in vitamins A, C, K, folate, magnesium, and numerous plant compounds that researchers have associated with healthy aging. While leafy greens aren't a treatment for bladder conditions, they contribute to an overall dietary pattern that supports many body systems, including those involved in urinary health. Researchers continue studying how diets rich in vegetables may help support the body's natural defenses against oxidative stress and inflammation, both of which are areas of interest in healthy aging research. They're also naturally low in calories and easy to include in salads, omelettes, soups, or smoothies. Do cooked vegetables provide the same benefits as raw ones? In many cases, yes. Cooking can slightly reduce some nutrients while increasing the availability of others. The most important goal is simply eating a wide variety of vegetables on a regular basis. One thing healthcare professionals often encourage is looking at your diet as a whole rather than focusing on individual foods. Men who regularly include vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and lean proteins in their meals are generally following eating patterns that support overall health. Small, consistent habits often matter more than dramatic dietary changes. Our next food has been studied for decades, yet many people only associate it with urinary tract infections. Researchers, however, continue exploring its broader role in urinary health. Let's look at food number 3. Food 3, cranberries. Cranberries have probably received more attention than almost any other fruit when it comes to urinary health. They're naturally rich in plant compounds called proanthocyanidins, which researchers have studied for many years because of their interaction with certain bacteria commonly associated with urinary tract infections. It's important to understand that cranberries do not treat bladder conditions, and research findings vary depending on the health concern being studied. However, cranberries also provide antioxidants, vitamin C, and other beneficial plant compounds that make them a nutritious addition to a balanced diet. If you choose cranberry products, pay attention to the label. Many commercial cranberry juices contain significant amounts of added sugar. Unsweetened cranberry juice or fresh cranberries are often lower in added sugars, though they have a much more tart flavor. Should everyone drink cranberry juice every day? Not necessarily. Cranberries can be part of a healthy diet, but no single food is essential for bladder health. A varied eating pattern is generally more important than relying on one specific food. One interesting thing researchers have learned over the years is that bladder health is influenced by many different factors. Nutrition is only one piece of the puzzle. Hydration, physical activity, sleep, underlying medical conditions, and overall lifestyle all contribute to urinary health. That's why healthcare professionals usually encourage healthy daily habits rather than focusing on one superfood. Before we continue, the next food surprises many people. Most think of it as a heart-healthy fish, but researchers have also been interested in how its unique nutrients may support healthy aging throughout the body, including tissues involved in normal bladder function. Stay with me, because food number 4 is one that many men are already eating without realizing its potential benefits. Food 4, salmon. Salmon is widely recognized as one of the healthiest fish you can include in a balanced diet. It's naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, high-quality protein, vitamin D, and several important minerals. Researchers have spent years studying omega-3 fats because of their role in supporting normal inflammatory balance throughout the body. While salmon is not a treatment for bladder conditions, maintaining an overall healthy dietary pattern that includes omega-3 rich foods may support general health as we age. Salmon is also associated with heart health, brain health, and healthy aging, making it a valuable addition to many meal plans. Whether baked, grilled, or steamed, it's a versatile food that pairs well with vegetables and whole grains. Does eating more salmon directly improve bladder health? Current research does not show that salmon treats bladder problems. However, it provides nutrients that support overall health, which is one reason it's commonly included in healthy eating patterns recommended for older adults. Healthcare professionals often remind patients that organs don't work independently. Your bladder depends on healthy blood flow, healthy nerves, properly functioning muscles, and overall metabolic health. That's one reason many foods recommended for heart health are also considered beneficial as part of an overall healthy aging diet. Before we continue, the next 4 foods are the ones many people don't immediately associate with bladder health. In fact, one of them is probably sitting in your pantry right now. And the final food on today's list has become increasingly popular among nutrition researchers because of its unique combination of fiber and important nutrients. So stay with me, because the remaining foods may surprise you. Food 5. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds have been enjoyed for generations, but in recent years they've also attracted attention from researchers studying healthy aging. They're naturally rich in magnesium, zinc, healthy fats, and plant-based protein. Zinc is particularly interesting because it's found throughout the body and plays a role in many normal biological processes, including immune function and healthy cell activity. Pumpkin seeds have also been studied in relation to prostate and urinary health, although research is still evolving and no firm conclusions should be drawn from individual studies. Rather than viewing pumpkin seeds as a special remedy, it's more appropriate to think of them as another nutritious food that can contribute to an overall balanced eating pattern. They're easy to sprinkle over salads, oatmeal, yogurt, or simply enjoy as a snack. Are roasted pumpkin seeds okay? Both raw and roasted pumpkin seeds can be part of a healthy diet. Choosing varieties without excessive salts or added flavorings may help reduce unnecessary sodium intake. One thing nutrition researchers consistently emphasize is variety. No single food contains every nutrient your body needs. That's why eating a wide range of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, and quality protein sources remains one of the most reliable approaches to supporting long-term health. Our next food is something almost everyone has eaten. Yet very few people realize researchers continue studying it for reasons that extend far beyond digestive health. Let's move on to food number 6. Food 6. Plain yogurt. Plain yogurt has been part of traditional diets around the world for centuries. Today, researchers continue studying how fermented foods may support overall digestive health and the community of beneficial bacteria that naturally live in our bodies. While scientists are still learning about the relationship between the gut and other body systems, maintaining a healthy digestive system is considered an important part of overall wellness. Plain yogurt also provides high-quality protein, calcium, and other nutrients that support healthy aging. Choosing plain varieties without large amounts of added sugar is often a better option than many flavored yogurts, which can contain significant amounts of sweeteners. Whether enjoyed with fresh berries or added to breakfast, plain yogurt can be an easy way to include another nutrient-rich food in a balanced diet. Does yogurt directly improve bladder health? Current research does not show that yogurt treats bladder conditions. However, fermented foods continue to be studied for their potential role in supporting overall health, making them an interesting area of ongoing nutrition research. One lesson that repeatedly appears in nutrition research is that healthy body systems are interconnected. Supporting overall health through balanced nutrition, regular physical activity, adequate sleep, and proper hydration may benefit many organs simultaneously rather than focusing on just one. The next food is probably one of the easiest to add to your daily routine. In fact, millions of people already eat it for breakfast, without realizing researchers have also been interested in its nutritional profile for healthy aging. Let's move on to food number 7. Food 7. Oats. Oats are one of the most widely recommended whole grains for healthy aging. They're naturally rich in soluble fiber, particularly a type called beta-glucan, which has been extensively studied for its role in supporting heart health. While oats are not a treatment for bladder conditions, they contribute to an overall healthy eating pattern that supports metabolic health, digestive health, and long-term wellness. Researchers continue exploring how whole food dietary patterns rich in fiber may influence many aspects of healthy aging. Oats are also incredibly versatile. They can be enjoyed as oatmeal, overnight oats, homemade granola, or added to smoothies and baked recipes. Are instant oats just as healthy? Plain instant oats can still be a nutritious choice. However, many flavored varieties contain added sugars and sodium. Reading the nutrition label can help you compare different options. Healthcare professionals often encourage choosing foods in their least processed form whenever practical. Whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds naturally provide a wide variety of nutrients that work together as part of a balanced dietary pattern. That's one reason nutrition experts emphasize overall eating habits rather than individual foods. We've reached the final food on today's list, and it's one that often surprises people. It's naturally sweet, easy to digest, and provides nutrients that fit well into an overall healthy eating pattern. Let's finish with food number 8. Food 8. Pears. The final food on today's list is one that often doesn't receive as much attention as berries or leafy greens, yet pears are packed with nutrients that fit well into a healthy aging diet. Pears naturally provide dietary fiber, vitamin C, potassium, and a variety of beneficial plant compounds. They're also made up largely of water, making them a refreshing fruit that's easy to include as part of a balanced eating pattern. While pears are not a treatment for bladder conditions, they're a nutritious choice that supports overall health and can contribute to a diet rich in fruits and fiber. Researchers continue emphasizing that diets centered around whole fruits and vegetables provide a wide range of nutrients that work together to support healthy aging. Pears can be enjoyed fresh, sliced into salads, served alongside yogurt, or eaten as a simple snack. Are fresh pears better than canned pears? Fresh pears generally contain no added sugars and are often the preferred choice. If choosing canned pears, look for varieties packed in water or natural juice rather than heavy syrup. After reviewing all 8 foods today, one message stands out. Researchers rarely identify one single food that supports one specific organ. Instead, decades of nutrition research consistently point toward overall dietary patterns. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, legumes, and quality protein sources appears to support healthy aging far more effectively than relying on any individual food. That's why healthcare professionals generally encourage building healthy habits that can be maintained over time rather than searching for quick fixes. Let's quickly recap today's 8 foods: blueberries, leafy greens, cranberries, salmon, pumpkin seeds, plain yogurt, oats, pears. While none of these foods can prevent, treat, or cure bladder conditions, each contributes valuable nutrients that fit into an overall healthy eating pattern. Combined with regular physical activity, adequate hydration, quality sleep, and routine medical care, healthy nutrition remains one of the most important foundations for healthy aging. Can diet alone keep the bladder healthy? Diet is only one part of the picture. Bladder health is influenced by many factors, including age, hydration, physical activity, underlying medical conditions, medications, and overall lifestyle habits. Should I stop eating foods I enjoy if I have bladder symptoms? Not necessarily. Everyone is different. If you notice that certain foods or beverages consistently seem to worsen your symptoms, discussing those observations with your healthcare provider may be helpful. Is it ever normal to wake up at night to urinate? Waking once occasionally can occur for many reasons. However, if nighttime urination becomes frequent, bothersome, or is accompanied by other urinary symptoms, it's a good idea to discuss it with a qualified healthcare professional to determine the underlying cause. I hope you found today's video both informative and reassuring. Remember, healthy aging isn't about finding one perfect food. It's about making consistent choices that support your health over time. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future evidence-based men's health videos. And I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 8 foods do you already eat regularly? And was there one that surprised you today? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.